It's just one more thing to devise.
Roll up the Murray, no farmer, bad energy me carry. Bring thoughts to life in the darkest nights, me have it. A sharp and knife, me cutting through with these.
Do we know what episode we're
try
on?
the beat like capitals.
3.
The world is so crazy.
Episode schmepisode.
Episode season 11.
All right, Just For Us podcast is alive and well.
Nice. Well, so
Yeah.
it's pretty
Oh my god, Ed,
good.
you really want to start this off with beef?
No,
That's what I fucking thought,
I don't. I
motherfucker.
really don't.
That's exactly how we should start it.
All right,
Beef. All right. You're a faggot.
well, yeah.
Listen, Ed's only allowed to use that word because he's a queer himself.
Yes,
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
Start the whole podcast again.
Sorry, I that literally
We're
completely. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't say
I'm
that.
not offended.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not. Go on. Okay, well, things have been good, I think.
All right. Well, no. Let's go around in circle.
Go on.
How have you been?
I don't want to go first. I mean, okay.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
The last year has been the worst year of my life so far.
Oh, we're going pretty deep here.
I'm
right?
glad we
Oh,
started
we're
off
getting deep. We are getting deep.
on a positive note. I'll go second.
Okay.
Year started off great. Fucking vibing. Motivation was up.
Good for you.
Everything was going great.
Well done.
And then no, just shit.
When was that changeover?
This last week. Is it ever since we had to hang out again?
No, this has brought my mood up.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking. This has been great.
Yeah.
I love you guys, and we've been missing fucking everybody that we call fans, but
Yeah.
they're really our mates
Yeah.
that we just never met yet.
Oh,
It's
aren't you cute?
yeah, but like we were reminiscing earlier about tour and everything and all the shit we've done, and Ash and Andy can't remember any of it. Even
yeah.
Jess said the other day in the group chat, "Oh, I can't believe we did all that shit. I wish I wasn't fucking zannied so I could remember it all." But and that's rock and roll, I guess.
I think those were.
Mate, I
good
flooded out
times.
a hotel room. Fucking, I passed out on stage. Got kicked out of me. Like, come on, fuck you, cunts. That was,
All with a fucking broken foot too.
Yeah, that was
oh, cunt.
fucking rough as guts. But yeah, we're back. I think we're supposed to check the episode, but I don't know.
I don't know what episode this is
We
at
can
all.
get Andy to check on the YouTube.
Andy, can you bring that up just for us?
And are you able to get me a beer, please? Brother from another mother.
So I've been doing all right.
So you want to go third?
I want to go third because it seemed like we were trailing off from Jess and I. So I thought, I'd resend to the attention. I've been all right. Got some cracked ribs. My therapist cancelled on me. And I'm sober now.
This podcast
2
is
days.
sponsored by
sober.
I'm 2 days sober.
better help,
I want to add on to that. I am 6 months sober
which
off
is
alcohol,
fucking insane.
which is pretty good.
Well
yeah.
done. I
Yeah.
did 30 days. Only made it to day 12. And then,
The DMT beings came after me.
yeah.
Oh, okay. This is Just For Us, episode 26.
We'll
go.
cut that into the start.
You just Google it.
On our YouTube. Yeah. So,
Anyways, all right, Jess, you're fourth. How have you been?
me, please.
Nah, I'm right. Cheers, mate. What'd you say?
How have you been?
Yeah, I've been okay. Fucking, yeah, not too bad. Why?
I'm just
You don't wanna
checking
get
up,
it.
just
Don't wanna-
checking up on everyone's,
Oh yeah.
energies at the moment. So
Yeah, it's been a while since we've all been in the same room together.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what we've done today has really opened up
Chakras.
chakras.
Yeah, I'm aligning them chakras together. I'm opening the third eye.
I mean, to come together again to do this makes me really happy to
Yeah.
be with you boys again.
What I love about us is we can just come together and fucking. We're the only group we can just whip out a couple of guitars with and just make fucking fools of ourselves and just. I mean, have fun is the easy way out, but
I
I
haven't.
don't think we're the
I,
only
I,
ones. that
did I
do
make
that.
a fool of myself? No.
no, Ash is
Plenty of times.
Ash is 2 days sober, so he's been great today. And he shaved his fucking
yeah.
disgusting beard.
He looks good.
He should have kept
He
the
looks
beard.
good.
I haven't.
Like, it's been so long. Probably the last time you've seen him, he was bald.
That was about a year ago.
Yeah. Last time we did the potty was at
I think it was LV.
yeah.
I can't remember if we posted that.
Yeah, Alfie around that table. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
Remember the
was there.
unreleased one on tour? When
There's
Andy
a couple
went
unreleased ones now.
when Andy went fucking absolutely nuts.
Yeah. Who was he shutting down? I can't remember.
Oh, probably the support bands that cancelled on us.
Oh, that one. Yeah, in that Airbnb.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember
That was
when we got there, we thought there was people sleeping in the bed?
Yeah. That TikTok video when when we walk into this room, it's like, who's sleeping in that bed?
Mm.
And then someone farts.
That went viral.
That was good.
Wasn't me.
It was fucking awesome.
wasn't even
you.
you.
Fucking went home.
Well,
No one wasn't even in the bed. It was a bunch of pillows.
I set the bed up to look like someone was sleeping in it so that I could claim the bed. But then I changed my mind. The other bedroom was better.
Yeah, it's always the best part about on tour. Like, who gets what bed? Who gets the best bedroom? Who gets this? Who gets that? And then it's great when Jesse fucking leaves because, like, me and Ed, I remember we had Ed watched the Woodstock doco in that Airbnb.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing.
It's-
Amazing.
Like, it's amazing because, like, we spend so much time together on tour, but at night time we all go to our separate rooms and just do our own thing.
Yeah.
And then in the morning you're just like, what did you do last night?
I watched the whole documentary.
Yeah, you're like, you guys gotta
You
fucking
can't be watching documentaries on the tour?
Yeah, bro.
I don't
Fuck
remember
you.
that.
Well, you were getting into fucking punch-ons.
No,
Fucking. I can't
Oh yeah,
remember the
right.
tour.
Because
you missed your flight home when we were in the crackdown with Inna, and then you fucking threw something into the wall,
I don't remember.
and then because you had to go home for work. Woke everybody up.
So Jess, do you have a flight this morning?
His fucking alarm went off, and then he's still like, oh, nah, it's all chills. Half an hour later, threw a fan against the wall. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Now I'm remembering that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
Coming
Inna?
together?
Ina was so sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
What was she, Russian or?
She was Latvian,
Oh, I love you.
and I guessed it. My geography skills,
Your Riz was paying off.
that was me, Raz, yeah.
Yeah.
She
No,
was risen us.
she was.
She was. Them Latvian,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have a personality.
And then we moved. We had to make up some bullshit of why we couldn't stay there. Because we booked the hotel and we're like, nah, man. Spoke to our manager. He's like, where the fuck did you find this place? And fucking Ash and Jess were like, no, this is chill. So I'm like, nah.
I thought it was. Yeah, it was fun.
Mate, fucking take what you get.
Nah, you don't.
Beautiful.
That's the difference.
But then when
between
you
and
rock
me.
up to this fucking primo as joint, I mean, the pool out the back was fucking green. But
Yeah.
that's
If you
fine.
don't know the shit, how can you know the good? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, we'll spend a night here. To make Ed died. Remember you died that
Yeah,
night?
yeah. I was sick as a dog.
Yeah.
It was fucked.
Yeah.
There's a video of you guys walking in on me, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
in bed.
That's the week that Dry hit 15 million streams
Yeah.
on Spotify.
Yeah.
15 fucking.
What
million.
state was that? Was that Sydney?
That's Sydney.
Yeah, that was Sydney. Yeah.
Wait, I got sick in Newcastle, and I brought it to you.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
all
you
had
got me
COVID.
sick. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we all had COVID.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I got COVID. I
'Cause
got COVID, Sydney.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
we-
remember what. I was out of it at the Sydney gig because I was sick as.
Did you get naked that gig or not?
No,
That
that
was
one I
Western.
was placid as fuck.
Yeah.
And flaccid. So
Placid and flaccid.
Flaccid.
Yeah.
But no, the tour days are really good fun. I miss those days so much.
Western Australia was my favourite leg.
Western Australia was probably the best one for me as well.
Jesse,
Yeah.
Jesse fucking stayed out all night with the fans and then ended up punching up in the motel car park with one of the
Friendly
fans.
fight.
It was,
It
a
was-
like,
it was
the
mutual.
night we got into a fight that wasn't friendly the night before, but then there was a friendly fight in the car park. Like, I went back to the boys' house, you know the fucking story, and we were session, and then I look out the window and it's fucking daytime, and I've got to catch me flight, and James is calling me, take me to the fucking car park. Best group of, I think they were Mary boys,
Yeah.
and the cunt in the front seat just turns around, and we're still cracking nangs in the fucking car. We're fucked. He turns around and he's like, "You want to have a crack, bro?" It's like, "Fucking oath I do, cunt." Then we got out of the car park, and James is like, "All right, you ready? You ready?" And he's rocked up. It's just me and this group of Islanders. He thought I was about to get beat the fuck out in the car park. And I just said, "We'll go a minute, just as hard as we can."
And you got fucking...
No, I copped the worst of it the night before. I smashed that cunt in the car park. I didn't need him in the... I'm not going to...
Anyway,
He cracked me once. Me fucking face like went out there. One punch he landed on me. My whole fucking face went out there. But I cracked the cunt. Ask James. I fucked the cunt up.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. James was
Just
like,
to
put
cover
sunnies
up your
on, put a mask on, because my whole face was fucked.
Yeah.
And I was loving it.
And
That
the
was the
guy you
best.
fought gave you his shirt.
Oh,
of
yeah.
his face.
Yeah, he was a big fan. He was upset he didn't make it to the gig that night because he had work. He was doing or whatnot. And yeah, he gave me this shirt with him and his prison photo.
Yeah, mugshot.
His mugshot. Yeah, it's got his mugshot on the front of it.
Yeah, and Jesse was wearing the shirt for like a week. I'm like, who's that? He's like, that's the guy I punched on with at the front of the motel. Because I remember at 4 a.m. hearing a fucking commotion out the front. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I just walk into the hotel room, blow my nose in your sink, fucking blood everywhere. I'm like, clean that up for us, boys.
Yeah, yeah. And then when we were in Albury, when he flooded the hotel room.
No, that was
Where was
Wagga. Wagga Wagga.
No.
Wagga-
Wagga Wagga was when I flooded the...
No.
Where was it then?
I think it was Wagga.
It was what Albury's when me and you went back to Luke's. And
Oh, I thought that was... Oh, no, because the Wagga crew came to Albury. That's right. I was
That's it,
getting them
yeah.
confused.
It was a motel somewhere. You had your own room.
Yeah,
that we
Wagga.
were meant to sleep in, but
Yep.
I thought it
But
was
we
me and
could-
Jess in that room, but I couldn't get in, so I slept in your guys' bed, and
yeah,
then you
so
guys
then
didn't
we
want to
went
sleep with
We
me.
went to go
Back.
our bed, but you were in it. So we tried to get into Jess's room, but he wouldn't answer the door. So Matt and I had to sleep in the van.
Because
Yeah, 'cause
James
we got
put
locked
me
out.
in the shower and then with the shower on, just left me there. And I just fell asleep with the shower going.
Flooded
Flooded the whole
motel
fucking
room.
thing out.
Yeah. And
Woke
then
up so cold.
ran out of hot water. I tried to turn on the shower the next day. I'm like, oh, it's a bit fucking cold here.
Yeah.
And then we get in the car, and then we're backing out, and I think the hotel managers, hey guys, are you staying in 14B or whatever? Like, oh, yeah, like one of us is. Because Jess locked us out of a fucking 3-bedroom motel room.
Yeah.
The condensation.
3-bed motel room, not a
Yeah.
3-bedroom. Jesus. And then he's like, well, yeah, he flooded the next 2 rooms. And you guys are going to have to pay for because we can't let people stay in there. So you guys are going to have to fork out for that. I'm pretty sure we never paid them.
No, I think we did.
We did?
I just
Yeah, I
assumed we would have, or James would have sorted it.
Yeah. So Jess was fucking wild on that tour, but he made it through. And in Wagga Wagga, the band broke up because Jess was just gave
Oh,
up.
yeah, we broke up that night.
Yeah. I said, I'm fucking leaving the band.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause he was
yeah,
so
yeah,
zany.
Yeah. Matt
can't
quit the
remember.
band. I quit the band. I was like, James.
It was
we're
just
done.
me at the end.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't remember.
Yeah, because you were like
Of course
this
you
on the
did.
couch.
You were fucking zonked out. Fucking someone. I think James had to drive you home and left you in the shower. And
Oh, yeah.
we're still back at the venue, just like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Must have been a good night, eh?
That one was all right.
I think it was a pretty good show. Like, he had a fucked foot. Someone stole not stole, you gave out your stinky jumper or something to the crowd. It was a messy show.
Yeah. like always. Then in Adelaide, we got fucking kicked out of the show.
Oh, that was sweet.
Tarek, you called the kind of soft cop.
Yeah, soft cock cunt.
Wouldn't let us fucking play music. Wouldn't let people dance on the dance floor.
Because we played with a band, Loose Units, and fucking they're mad.
They
Yeah.
showed us
They
that,
are
bro.
a
They
mad
were
band.
fucking
Like, look
awesome.
up Loose Units. Go to one of their live gigs. They fucking put on a show. Like they'll jump off the stage. They fucking get the guitarist on his shoulders.
Yeah, on his
like,
shoulders.
I love
Oh
that
man,
video.
I was loving it. I was
Yeah.
jumping around in the mosh pit, and the
We had
venue
t-
owner was just getting so fucking like
Toey.
toey about that.
How long ago was all this? This was like probably what,
Aug-
a year 2
August?
years ago now?
No, this was last
Year
year.
ago.
August last year.
It was like ages.
August or June.
Yeah.
And then the best moment was when the Wagga Wagga, the Newcastle show,
Yeah.
when they cancelled us because it was a trans bar or something. Or they have a lot of trans.
No, they just had a
Shows?
lot of people going after that venue to be like, you can't play this because that's my safe place. If
Yeah.
you play this, I'm never going to your venue again or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
This is the gal.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was the gal.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
The gal. Mad respect for them until the owner said, owner sent us that fucking huge email. Remember?
Oh,
And he was like,
vaguely.
we fought in the war. for this
Gallipoli.
yeah, he brought up Gallipoli. And he was like, we fought in the war to fucking make this country what it is.
Yeah, he sent a massive
Oh.
paragraph speaking bullshit. It's like at some points it was like he was on our side, and the next he wasn't on our side, and then he's just like,
He's
"You're
like,
not
I'm
playing
all
the
for
show."
free speech, but you can't say the word poof.
Yeah, I don't want to misrepresent him, but like he was pretty much just saying like, "Hey, don't ruin our public image."
Yeah.
Yeah, like respect.
Like
to
we
the-
even
yeah,
can.
respect to the Anzacs, but like,
Yeah.
seriously.
And before we went there, we'd never been to Newcastle, so we thought like, oh, it must be a pretty prestigious venue, you know. But
And then that whole strip,
oh my god,
no one was there.
fuck me.
Terrible.
And then we got a photo at the front. We're like, thanks for having us, gal.
Yeah, yeah, that was good.
That was fucked.
The karaoke place down the
Yeah, we went to
fucking. That was
karaoke.
mad.
Oh, we went to uni night.
Oh, yeah, the upstairs uni.
There was a uni costume
It was
party going on.
crazy.
Yeah,
it
and
was
trivia.
awesome.
Like, no, karaoke.
Yeah, karaoke was down the road.
Yes.
Or downstairs
Yes.
from the uni night.
Yeah. That's right. That was fucking awesome. And then we met in Wagga. We met Jete and the Filipino bird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Those two are fucking awesome.
Backpackers, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then what was after that?
that was.
Was it last? No, that was the first show.
No, that was the first show when we met them. That was the night when Jess fucking lost his mind.
Yeah, psychosis or whatever. Anything. It's a new medical illness for him every month.
Yeah, it's something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
How you
that-
going, Andy?
Howdy.
You're the fifth. How have you been?
Yeah, really good. Really good.
So apparently you're a mum now.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a dad. Well, I try to
Oh,
be.
you look pretty pregnant to me.
Yeah. I've got one on the way. I'm still working on it.
Yeah. This is the new crib.
As you can see, very family friendly now.
Very family
Wait.
friendly.
Press the bluey on the mic.
Press it.
Bluey.
Yes. This is a child zone, child household.
Family friendly.
Yeah.
Bit going on around here, but yeah.
So language warning. Fuck.
Hey.
Sorry.
I'll bleep it out. She won't
Right.
notice.
She's in bed.
Isn't it? Do you ever think about when she's older? Isn't it going to be weird when you go like, she discovers YouTube and everything? You're like, like
Dad,
That's dad.
what are you doing here, Dad?
No, I've always been. I've actually been. It's actually crossed my mind to wonder how, she's talking and she knows what's going on about the band and everything like that. I find it really interesting. She's gonna be like, "Oh, you know, you got the band and all that sort of stuff," but
It's gonna be like one of those things when you're a lot older. You know, she's in her teens, and then she'll find out it's like, you were in a band.
I'm hoping it's a lot earlier than that
Yeah.
because I'm hoping we're can
Still
do
gonna
massive-
be in a band.
We can do. I'm hoping we can do massive tours and big shows,
that she can
and
experience.
she'll be around for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a fucking life she was. If if this album goes well,
Yeah, when this album takes off, it'll be fucking nuts because she'll be maybe on some tours and at some gigs.
yeah.
I think it'll be pretty fucking hectic for
But
her.
I always find it fascinating because obviously none of us have been in that position where you're like,
Show and tell.
yeah,
Grade
like,
2, she brings us 5 along.
yeah,
This is my band.
yeah,
What you're looking at here is a bunch of misogynists.
yeah. Social studies.
Shit.
Oh, that'd be so good.
No,
Nah, I reckon it'll be fucking awesome.
yeah, it's gonna be great. And then yeah, nah, but yeah, it's great having a little girl a part of the band now. Like we're always a big family here. Like you don't realize how much you like rely on each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Time flies by, really.
Yeah, in the last 5 years, when you look back when we started this fucking bullshit.
Yeah, and like the 2 years, like that's just gone past, have probably been like the hardest years for us after being cancelled and all that stuff. We're still family, but we got some reconnecting to do.
It's crazy when we all first started out, and we were just going to your joint Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, doing band prac.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was
So
basically just
Drinking.
yeah, like
slabs.
like
Yeah.
before anything, like any of us getting together playing music or whatever. Before that, I was fucking so depressed and sad. But once I met Matt and like I met you boys and started the band, the first 3 years of us being the band have been the happiest years of my life.
It was the
my
best
whole lifetime.
Yeah, and I'd agree with that too, because we just spent so much time together.
Yeah.
And we weren't big or anything like that. We were just
No,
a few blokes that
Having
enjoyed
fun,
each
mate.
other's
Yeah.
company, and we all played instruments, and we just jammed out in your lounge room
Yeah, yeah,
and drank in the backyard
yeah.
pretty much every second day, and we called it band practice.
Yeah, it was the best thing ever.
Oh, it
'Cause,
was
like,
fucking awesome.
Like,
and
because everything before that for me was just shit.
Yeah,
It was
absolutely.
a shit show. Yeah, but
And,
like,
and I mean, like, it just gave us all purpose. Like, yeah, it gave us all someone to hang out with on a routine basis. And we just started making tunes.
then you go like when you think of that, like, oh yeah, it's a fizzle out in a couple of months.
Yeah.
And then we played a couple of gigs, like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like playing to our friends and family, like, oh yeah. And then you go like, oh, well.
and then
I
you
guess
start
that's
gaining traction.
Well, yeah,
and,
and like, because our mates are popping off to the music, and it's, they're our friends. They
Yeah,
fucking
you
pop
go
off
like,
with
oh,
it.
this
It's
is-
shit.
this is gonna be fun. And then you go like, oh, nothing really is gonna happen now.
Yeah.
but
Next minute,
things happen,
fucking-
and it was awesome.
Next
Within
thing
a
you know,
m-
we've
300
recorded
cunts at it,
we've
Sydney.
recorded tracks at a family friend's garage, and then the thing after that, we're playing gigs to people that aren't our mates. We've got randoms rocking
In a
up. We're
different
like, oh
state.
shit, people like our music.
Yeah, like
That's
for me, like for me, like as an individual before the band, I literally felt like a no one. Like I didn't know who I was, what I was doing. But when the band started, I was never referred to as Eddie. But when the band, this whole persona, this new ego came over me,
Yeah.
Eddie, I'm just like, wow, like this is peak. This
Yeah.
is peak me.
Peak Ed.
Yeah, and so then, but then after getting cancelled, mate, I've just been fucking down. I've been so lost.
Oh, really?
Oh, 100%. It's been terrible. It's been so bad for me.
I don't think that's the way to think about it. Yeah, we took a hit with the cancellation and all that sort of shit, but fucking lost life, mate.
Yeah, but yeah,
That was hilarious.
of course you
Jesse,
did.
Jesse loved it, but yeah, for me too, I took a fucking.
Oh, it was a
huge
massive hit. I'll acknowledge that. It was a fucking massive hit as a band, but at the end of the day, man, we all live our separate lives away from the band too. We don't do
Luckily.
this shit full time by no means, you know?
Yeah.
But it got to a point where the band was our number one thing for each of us.
Yeah, we're together all the time. We've got people around us, you know.
We all
we've got
moved into a house
friendship,
to make it serious.
doing things together. And then once that's gone, it's just like, wow, like, what do I do now? Like, I feel like we can't do this again. But we have to, you know, I feel like we have to get back out there to, you know,
That's right.
get
That's
things
right.
going again.
Yeah, I feel like the point of view you got to take is there's so many other people that wish they were in our position, or not wish, but we're very lucky to be in our position, and we were very lucky to have those opportunities, whether it's by luck or hard work. But
Raw talent.
yeah, definitely
Talent.
a lot of luck and you know, a lot of hard work on our part. Like just getting home from a full-time job every day, and then you're like, okay, no rest, straight to the grind, merch, social media, content, this, that.
Yeah, you get into the whole thing and then you just get chewed up and spat out by the music industry. It's just like, wow.
Yeah, like, and then you go, wait, what the like, you start to see, like, what really runs that music industry, and then you go, like, I go, holy, thank fuck we're not in that. Because it's just so, I don't want to say fake, but there is a lot of choices that people have to make in that music industry that are not their own choices.
Yeah,
Because
100%, yeah.
There is companies that control.
Because they're worried about having their name attached to that choice.
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
And it's so hard to even get a start. And then when you do get a start, you have people reach out that jump onto you and they go, okay, now we're a part of this together. We have a quota. There's people attached to us who make a living off you guys now.
Yeah. Like
100%.
they have an expectations of what we have to do and how we have to be.
Definitely.
And,
Like
yeah.
when we blew up, there was just every sort of agency or label
Heaps of labels reached out to us.
yeah,
the biggest
coming at
labels
us
you can think of.
from all sorts of directions, and it's just nuts. It's just like you don't really fucking know what to do, and it's pretty fucking overwhelming for just a bunch of early 20-something-year-olds to just go, I don't know, like, what do you do? Like, you just go,
Huge
we're all just like, holy
Way too
fuck.
big of an ego.
We're all like, hell yeah, this is sick. But it's just like, wow.
Yeah, but I feel like we all kept a pretty cool head. We were genuine with everyone. And I think this podcast has helped that a lot because at every moment we would be telling them how we feel if the people that
well,
watch
like not even telling them, like, the whole name Just For Us is based, you know, of just being just for us to, you know, actually talk about things.
Yeah.
And just, you know, see how
It's like a
everyone's
therapy.
feeling. Yeah, it's a therapy session for
Yeah.
us.
Well, I've been holding this into my brain for a little bit. The time passed and now it's come back up, so I'm just going to say it. The reason why we are so amazing, basically,
Nice.
is because of our genuine connections between us all. It's something that you wouldn't get by getting 5 professional session musicians in to write an album, you know what I mean? We are by no means professional musicians. You know, like, I mean, technically we've made money
Ash is
off our art,
getting
but the fact that we've kind of got this, it's like a spiritual connection that is then put into the music or put into, you know, the people's eyeballs and brains
Like
that they see.
There's 5 of us, but there's a 6th member somewhere that
Yeah.
like
it's
makes us
the entity of
Yeah, Lacan would call that the big other.
This is the way, like, that I have always seen our band. Like, I've kind of seen it as we're not like blokes that would, or mates that would hang out with each other every day just to hang out as mates. We've kind of started we started the band just because Ed knew Matt and said, "Oh, cool, you play guitar." Jesse and Matt knew each other through high school, and then they started playing music, and then fucking knew Ash could play guitar, and then got together.
Well,
and then
they taught me, kind of.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, these guys are jamming out, and got me around to play drums, and then we've just made this like band. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, so like this group for me is been the best thing to ever happen for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's not like we were all fucking best mates from the get go. You know what I mean?
No, but it's none of us are irreplaceable. We're not one of those bands like, oh, we need a new guitarist, we better get one in.
Yeah, that's right.
It's never like that.
No, and it never will be.
Yeah.
Matt's like, I can replace the rest of you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking in my head about how many songs I've written with a full band in my studio, just me. So
Well, I mean, like,
All you need is a Scarlet, dude.
like
Yes.
I've known of bands that there's just been like two main fucking two main blokes or whatever, and then they just sift through members that come in to play
Yeah. Well,
certain instruments.
we are, in the grand scheme of things, we are very young into this. We haven't even scraped the surface when it feels like we've been through the fucking ringer because
Yeah.
of the old media.
And I've always got that feeling like we're getting a bit older now.
Yeah.
And it's like we got to either really go 100% into this, otherwise it's just going to fizzle out and we're just not going to get anywhere with it.
and I'm wasting time that I should be spending on my career.
Yeah, that's the big fucking so hard.
Because since
But then, like, fucking music's gonna be around forever. It's not
Yeah.
like I'm only doing music because I'm in a band. Music's just something that happens.
Yeah, because since after, you know, the fall down of Rant Steady getting cancelled, it's like, oh, well, fuck, now we've got to think of, like, other plans just in case this never works out. And so now we're kind of in that mid-range of, like, you know, because I'm starting to run a business with my mate. It's like, do I keep focusing all my energy on that to get that sorted? But I really want to do this, but finding time to fit that in with the business, it's hard
Yeah.
to get together and
Absolutely.
do what we were doing before.
Absolutely. We were at this point where it was just like, yeah, all of us were like, yeah, it's the band, it's the band, it's the band. And then obviously we got shut down, and then it's just like, okay, where do we go from here? We're still sticking at it and still doing our band thing, but at the same time, like I said earlier, we all live other lives, you know what I mean? And we're all focused on other stuff in our personal lives. But that's how it all started. We just came we started this band as like a hobby, something fun to do when we weren't at work, to keep our mind off of the day-to-day stuff. And it blew up, and at the same time, we're still doing our things day by day.
Yeah. Well, I always think, like, what the fuck were we thinking when we first started this shit? Like, we're just... Now, if that came up to me again, where I had the opportunity to... Oh, there was a new group of people to hang out with and a band to start, I'd be like, nah. Like, it's just so much fucking work.
No.
But the thing is, we didn't have a goal.
There was no goal. It was literally like
It's like
hobby, fun. Let's put an EP out. But then once you start getting traction from the industry, it's just like, okay, this is kind of becoming a big thing now. We kind of like got to put all our energy into this. We got to start thinking of
Don't want to lose momentum.
Yeah, thinking of the band as a career path and start focusing on that. But then once you get, you know, chewed up and spat out, it's just like, oh, what do we do? You know, we got to start focusing on other things, but we need to start. If we want to do this, we have to do this.
Yeah.
And it's been so hard for me to actually be like, all right, yeah, let's get together. Like, you know, to come here and do the podcast was so hard for me because I'm just like, because right now I'm working on a car, doing a project, and I'm only doing that not as a hobby, but as a distraction, because just to distract myself from, like, you know, just doing nothing and being depressed and being sad.
Yeah. But it's also a project that you want to do and want to finish.
Yeah, exactly. I do have joy in it, and I want to get it done. And I've got a vision, and I want to just, you know, do something that I love doing.
Yeah.
But I'm also fighting a battle of depression of just like, I'm doing this to distract myself from whatever's going on in my head.
It's because you don't have like a sense of purpose with it all. Like,
That's it. Like right now, there's
And,
like
and
no.
the band gives you a great sense of purpose. It gives you that like lining, that
Oh.
vision of the future, doesn't it?
It does, but
Oh,
it's so
a
hard. It's
great
so
distraction.
but it's so hard to get back into that. You know, okay, I'm going to do this and do that because I'm always thinking back, just like how it used to be and how happy I was back then, and then how much of a different person I was.
When the band was kicking off.
Yeah, when the band was kicking off, like that was the best years of my life.
Yeah, but that's because we just, probably ate it up too much, like more than what we deserved. Like,
100%.
and-
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
Still
I know,
keeps drugs.
It's no.
Nah.
We definitely weren't prepared for what was coming because there's no like instruction manual on how to manage that stuff.
No.
But we also felt like we didn't deserve it, so we just kept it cool. But we also felt like, okay, let's make the most of it and put everything into it because we don't deserve it. And we are so lucky to have this.
To have that, yeah.
Yeah, and then it all goes crumbling down, and you're like,
well,
where am I now?
I don't know. You know how, like, the whole cancel thing to me was an achievement.
Yes.
It was, yeah. I try to look at it as a blessing in disguise.
Mate.
I do.
Oh my God, to poke at something that's so fucking
Like to
toxic in the
to
culture
to get that much.
you should. I have pride in that.
Yeah, to get that much attention from the music industry, and then just like wow, like we're really up there. Like they really want to take us down for some stupid shit. It's just like, fuck, like we've done something.
I just feel like I just want to make music that people like. I think that's if you lose focus of that, you lose focus of trying to make people feel things, and that's the job of being what we're doing, and having that kind of whatever, however it fulfills us on an emotional or a spiritual level, getting together and making music, and that's what you focus on, and what you can do to other people in that sense. I suppose when the whole cancel shit came around, I just got so overly excited on it because I just thought, oh my God, it's just such a very hot button.
Yeah, well, and plus, everyone was going through things, especially you, and so you needed like an outlet for things to let your emotions out, and people coming after you. That's a perfect thing for you to just release energy.
Yeah, well, I thought the best way was just direct engagement. Don't hide any of yourself. Don't be a PR person. Don't go into it with any kind of tact. Go into it like a dumb cunt. And stick the middle finger up and say, I don't give a fuck.
Like,
This is how I am.
especially for you to do that, obviously that's what you wanted to do, but I think some of us, especially me, were just like, no, let's kind of like save us and get through this part to keep going. But
Yeah, like a little sacrifice of the ego to maybe for a more, like a bigger picture kind of thing.
Lost the battle but win the war.
Yeah, that's right.
But
a cultural change is what you wanted with the cancellation. Just like,
Oh,
nah,
I suppose,
we
I got big ideas in my head when it came around, like, just that, we could have made some kind of influence or could have done what, I've been waiting to see some cunt do, which is just to poke back at this ridiculous fucking state of things.
Yeah.
And
So-
it's only, I guess we're talking about the whole woke culture, and it's only gotten fucking more intense since then.
I think
Apart from us.
I think the tide is turning a little bit.
I think, over the past decade,
Well, cunts are just getting more and more sick of it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's been it's gradual, like.
Yeah, both sides are getting.
And now I'm
more
getting sick of
fancy.
the cunts who always complain about it. I'm getting sick of the other side now.
Yeah.
Who was like, oh, fuck, feminists. It
Yeah,
never
I
ends.
just don't really think about it because I don't give a shit.
Because
I
we
just
never
treat everyone
we
with
never
kindness
thought
and
about it
love.
in the first place.
I was.
So no, when it happened,
How
yeah.
can I get cancelled?
But when we were doing the songs, it was just like, like there was no like you can't do this. It's just like go do whatever you want, and see what happens. And it was getting traction and people liked it. So we're like, oh, let's keep being ourselves.
Yeah, legit. Like the offensive songs were just like you're just thinking, oh, what kind of songs would my mates like, or they'd have a laugh to, or they'd relate to.
Yeah.
It's all that's guiding that process.
Yeah. It's not
You
like
know, it's nothing malicious in it at all.
that's right. But, unfortunately, it is to some people, and sometimes that takes precedent over the art form.
No, no.
To other people.
To other people, it does.
Yeah. Not for us, obviously. But
Yeah.
So, DMT.
Oh,
Yeah, so what have you guys been up to?
really?
If you're up for it.
Do the vape?
I'll just quickly run through mine because it's a shorter story than Jess's. Jess?
I'm not.
So you wanted to do yours after hearing
Yeah,
his.
so Jess rocked up to work and was like, Ash, look. I broke through twice. And fucking told me the whole story that he'll probably tell you next. And then I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I've been holding on to this DMT for so long, looking for the right moment. And I guess this is the right moment. I don't know. Jess is fucking peer pressuring me too. So that's how I always do drugs. So I guess this is how I'm going to do it this time. And I smoked it in my studio. Putting the bong down started fading. Instantly recognized the place that I'm in.
Was this Changa?
That's crystal.
Crystal sandwiched in a bong.
Okay. Yeah.
With
The way to do it. That's the right way.
yeah,
crystal sandwich.
Sandwich the truth. Have a pack
Truth,
of fat as
crystal,
fucking
truth,
kind.
crystal
yeah,
truth.
yeah,
A lot of crystal in the middle. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Because for the listeners at home, you don't want the naked flame to touch the crystal, otherwise it burns it. You want it to vaporize it, so you want it to go through other herbal material.
Don't do this, by the way.
Anyway, yeah, don't condone DMT. Any other drug is fine.
I definitely condone DMT. Do it.
Anyway,
Safely.
let me just finish this story.
Sandwich.
So as soon as I put the bong down, started fading, I enter a place that I've been before, and I realized straight away, shit, I've been here. I don't like it. What did I do? Holy fuck, shit. Why are there people coming out of, like, entities manifesting out of the cracks in the walls, my door frames, the studio equipment are becoming living, and they're fucking coming at me. And so they're not like 3D, it's like 4D at this point. And so they're coming, like piercing the veil of reality and my body, grabbing my internal organs and bones and tearing it apart. Like I feel physical pain, like so bad. Like I had
Do the expression. What were they like?
Oh,
The entities.
Keep the mic.
hang on. Can you hold the microphone?
That's how he describes the entities. Ripping his soul apart.
So they're pulling me apart like that. Excruciating pain. I had punctured.
Wait. So why do you think they were pulling you apart? Because you were
Punishment.
trying to look for them, or
So I have multiple theories. So while that was all happening, I was being teleported into like the emergency room where Ed and his girlfriend and my mum were there, and they were discussing what had happened. They were saying Ash was smoking DMT alone in his studio. He's gone insane. He hasn't come back. We don't know what's going on. So I hallucinated that I was in my studio the whole time. That fucking terrified me. And so I was looking up at my Bob Marley flag, and that took me back to my parents' house in my bedroom there, because it was set up there. It just reminded me, so that was where the first time I smoked DMT was, in that bedroom.
So you thought you're back.
I thought I went back in time to the first time I ever smoked it. But then as I started sobering up, so the entities then started closing me back in, and every time I tried to, whenever I tried to look at them, they were fucking, like the pain would come back. But I started thinking, like, I've got so many people that love me, 2 roommates in the house, so much love, so many friends and family. I could just drive up the road to my family, spend time with people I love. But what I'm choosing to do is do drugs in my studio by myself. Like, why is my head at this place that I feel like I need to be doing this rather than spending time with people that love me?
is it because after Jess told you his experience, you were like, "Oh, I've got to see this for myself"?
Yeah, I was just curious to see how far it could take me, because I've never gone that deep into it.
Yeah.
And I guess, like, I don't know. My other theory of why I felt so much pain was that pain is always there, and I've figured out how to fucking mask it.
So
But that's
continue.
kind of-
What happened after this? After they were ripping you?
He went to put the bong outside, and then he saw me sitting down having a smoke on the opposite side where I would have had a smoke.
He's never sat there before, and I walked outside, and he made me feel so uncomfortable. I don't know, just because he wasn't where he should be. It's like,
Right.
why are you on this side of the fucking porch,
So you left where you smoked the bong.
Yeah, I started walking around. It took me about 20 minutes. I was convinced I was going to wake up back in my chair because it didn't feel real. I could still feel the entities in the cracks in the roof and shit.
But did you blast off? Like, close
So-
your eyes? Like,
When I closed my eyes, I wasn't anywhere. I was everywhere.
yeah.
But I would be able to open my eyes and kind of tell that I was in my studio. There were so many fractals between my face and my hands that it was like, but the whole time I was able to stay calm by saying, like, DMT is harmless physically. I'm in my studio, nothing bad is happening. Continue experiencing excruciating pain.
Yep. You were
And
able to rationalize
And
it.
I was just able to write it out. But yeah, not that nice.
And then he gave me a hug.
Yeah, I gave Ed a hug.
What'd you say? It makes you feel like every time you do it, it just makes you realize that you love everyone around you.
Yeah, it's always like, I don't know, I've kind of, Alan Watts used to say this thing about psychedelics where once you get the message, hang up the phone. Just seems like I've kind of gotten what the drugs have to show me about love, compassion, and the reason why life is so important. But I keep on doing the drugs to hope to find some new secrets. But, you know, that's ultimately it. Like, love is why living is worth it, because, I don't know, pleasure's bullshit compared to love.
Shit. That's pretty good.
And what did I say? I said you should let them rip you apart.
Yeah, you said maybe that's break. Oh, because I didn't think I broke through, and you said maybe you should have just let them pull you apart, and I was like, fuck.
So
yeah,
do
maybe.
you think you were
So
fighting
you could
it?
see your real self.
Maybe I was fighting it. Maybe I don't want to do it again, but I'll give it a crack.
All right. So Jess, how was yours?
I'm trying to figure out how to try and describe it without sounding insane. Because you've heard about the DMT entities. They're like,
Yeah.
fucking watch a Joe Rogan podcast. The cunt won't stop going on about it. And I always thought for ages, I'm like, just bullshit. Or at the most, they're hallucinations in your head. That, like dream characters that you meet in your dreams. So I'm fucking... I bought a gram that we were supposed to share. I ended up just fucking smacking it all to myself over the course of a week. I was just smoking in joints, and out of the... Yeah, I tried a few different ways of smoking it. And it was awesome. Fragments your mind apart. You can see all the different aspects of yourself, and you see that, your mind or your ego's autonomous, what you think you are, but then you've got this another autonomous part of yourself that's just this, got a higher intelligence contained within it. And then you could see the libido is this thing that's external to the self. That everything just broke apart. Your whole psyche breaks apart, and you see how all the parts work together. But then, and I had a hint of this when I was smoking DMT, I'd have the joint when we were tripping or whatnot, of something that was external, like a vibration, an energy that you could summon, a force that wasn't mine. And I've never been into this spiritual bullshit before. But anyway, I got the hint from the boys. They said, pack a cone. That's the way to do it. That's how you fucking break through. Sat down on the couch. I was pretty confident. I was like, yeah, fucking come on. Smacked it. And then the cunt grabbed me and really attacked me at the start. And it manifested as I thought I swallowed the fucking... I thought the cone had gone through into my throat, and I was trying to swallow it. That's how it manifested it. But while my ego was trying to put up with the pain of that, my spirit became so obsessed with this external presence. And I just remember sitting on the couch. I didn't leave reality because my ego was still there. I did an ego death, right? Like my mind was still along for the trip. But I was sitting on that couch going, what the fuck? Oh my God, what the fuck? Oh my God. Because these entities, for one, I was like, oh, okay, they fucking exist. There's things you can communicate with. But then it was the depth of their
Character.
yeah, which was really confounding. It was like, and see, the memory of the whole trip is fucked, but I was having a communication with it. My ego was watching my unconscious self. It wasn't a verbal, but it was a more realistic kind of communication. It was a flirtatious one. The first entity was very flirtatious. It was kinky. it had like it was cheeky, and I do not remember what exactly it was, but there was one moment where I noticed it had an insecurity about something. There was one moment where I was engaging with it, and I noticed that it was insecure about something. I don't know what, and then I noticed the insecurity
in itself. Yeah.
Yeah. Just all things that really made me feel like, this is something, these things are very
Alive.
So
alive.
like you realize that these weren't just hallucinations in your mind. These
Well,
were
I'm
actual-
still trying to work that out, and that's why I'm obsessed with it. Because they could be, I don't know, Carl Jung's archetypes, images of primordial instincts and whatever, could be whatever. But these things felt very like defined, and it was just one at the beginning, and then I was brought out of my body into what I interpret as a table of the gods. And there were many entities, and they all had different like depth of character that just made me really doubt whether I could have constructed this myself. And then I even got slapped out of my body at one stage because I was always in a battle with these entities. They're very they're like how the Greek gods are portrayed, very like resentful, envious, just as we are, very human, very cheeky, very like sexual and whatever. And I felt like I was in a battle with them.
Yeah.
And got pulled out of my body at one stage and got like a got a handshake with this one entity who tried to tell me pretty much that like you're taking your battle for granted. Like you're only able to put up with this right now because I'm giving you like my patron god, like Ares giving me the strength
Trying to give you helping
fight
you out.
these other gods.
Yeah.
And so I came out of it, and the whole fragmented parts of my mind came back to me, and it was like I was watching my mind, my ego come back to it being like, still just like, what the fuck happened? And myself going, I know you're not going to believe this. And it was just like this, when it all came together, it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
I immediately said, I'm going in there again. And so I packed up another one, and I fucking said, no, that's bullshit. I need to prove this because that fucking cooked me. No chance. I'm going to just trip out. I'm going to become an elephant and fucking, I'm going to have a fucking trip. No, I fucking smoked it again and then engaged immediately with these entities again. They grabbed me and they fucking did something similar to, they fucked me up. They humbled my spirit. I still don't know what they've done to me, but they beat me the fuck up and punished me for trying to look at them or think that I was on the same level as them, or that I took my strengths for granted, or that I identified with something that wasn't mine but was gifted to me. And see, this is where it gets insane. But so I'm still just obsessed with it. I'm going back there many times.
What do you
Many
reckon
times.
if you go again? Are you able to talk to them, converse?
So right, mind, ego goes away. The
So-
kind of conversing, the whatever you want to call it, your unconscious mind, your spirit, your soul, whatever,
Oh, yeah.
whatever kind of conversation that engages in, imagine it as like oceans of energy splashing up against each other, and
It's
exchanges
instantaneous.
of energy and exchanges of symbolism, and and images. It's a more real communication than anything verbal. They the gods look at they look at concepts as like these little
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to explain.
Like,
Just
what,
something
their,
that-
their language is like an art or something.
Well,
I think maybe he's trying
I'm still trying to work it out, but
Yeah.
there was obviously this feeling that the ego can strangle the soul with its attempt to try and understand and shrink down reality into a concept to try and make it feel safe and secure, so you have a sense of control and understanding. That's what the ego is. It's just a narrative that keeps you in reality.
Yeah.
But that shrinks down the nature of being itself. And then once that's put away,
What are you left with?
whew, really? Ooh. Oh, sex and power and strength. I told Ash, like, Ash, what we're talking about, I want to fuck these gods. Like, I understand. It's a weird thing to explain, but there's like a sexual component to it.
Yeah.
There's like I want to defeat them component to it. There's like a rebellion. It's just whatever it is. I still don't understand it completely, but it's so deep and complex.
And then,
I'm obsessed with it.
and then after this, the coming weeks, how did you feel? Like the next day?
Okay. Well, this was just before I did my 30 days sober, and how did I feel?
You were over the
Um,
moon whenever we saw you. Like after you had the trip, you just could not stop talking about it.
Well, it changed the way I've started interpreting things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't articulate that
In a beneficial way?
in a more metaphorical way.
More meaning?
Using metaphors, using allegories
Symbolism?
to describe my own mind and my emotions and my destiny and the concept of destiny, the concept of fate, concepts that are contained in religion that we've lost in the West,
And that we can't understand. Like
that we just don't,
consciousness.
because we think scientifically and we think all rationally and whatnot. But there's this there's a relationship to energies and primordial forces through symbolism, through ritual, through
Which is what all these old...
which is
Yeah.
what all the hippies are doing, trying to what all religions are doing, trying to get in touch
Yeah.
with that. that
Like
kind of-
the archetypes.
yes, but I'm just trying to work out.
Were any of those... Did you think any of those entities are related to any archetypes at all?
Okay. No, not in the way I've seen archetypes characterized, because they had so much depth to their character that you couldn't just like
Pinpoint
couldn't
them to one
box them
thing,
into one kind of a thing. So yeah.
So what were these entities? What did they look like?
So
Or was it
here's
just-
my interpretation of it, right?
If you could draw
So
it,
if I was going to go full hippy dippy, I'd say that, all right, there's the physical world, and then there's obviously consciousness. There might be a dualism there, right? All right.
Like a 4-dimensional world.
No dimensions.
No dimensions.
Consciousness is formless. It's like that. This is why cunts when I feel like they trip and they say the machine elves and the fucking they say the reptiles,
Joker.
right? They've got the ideas in their head.
Yeah.
And when I saw my interpretation, I saw the Greek gods, and that's because I loved the Greek myths when I was a kid. They're going to use whatever representation because they're formless things. They don't exist in the forms of physical. A thing in the physical world, not in whatever that is.
so basically you're only applying the knowledge that you have because they are unidentifiable and unrecognizable, that you have to imply your own
Yeah, you-
knowledge onto
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But and they gave me a good little like, good on ya for not getting so. I've never been much of a visual tripper. I always trip in my head more. They gave me a thumbs up, going like, you're not getting too indulged in the looks. Like you can, like I'm more engaging with them as
their meaning.
whatever they were. Yeah. So yeah, the few things I can remember was like, of course, you know, the geometry of the fucking room goes crazy, and if I could describe it, it would be like a face appears out of the fabric of the
Energies and
of the geometry. Like,
Yeah,
it peeks out of the geometry. Or when I did get raised up to the table, it was a full like almost like an astral world of like fucking these Valhalla looking fucking things.
yeah. So, fuck.
And ever since I've done a psychedelic, since then, including ketamine,
They rear their heads again.
something's changed. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a very strong I think my brain's better able to distinguish what's external to itself and what's not. I don't know. I might be going down the hippy dippy crap still.
Well, I've never been able to see cracks in walls and door frames the same since. Yeah.
All right. Well, sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so Jess wants to go back out of hubris, it seems. So I feel
Combat.
obligated to go back in out of like whatever the opposite of that is.
Yeah.
Humility.
Just tell him that Jess he's an alright guy. Just
Well, it's like we're gonna get different things because like I have no reason to go back after what I experienced. Like it defies all reason. But going back, knowing that, it's like maybe they'll reward me. But then saying that out loud and thinking that going in, now I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
all
I
right.
can't fucking wait.
All right. Well, what's next for the band on the horizon, boys?
I should probably say the album it's coming.
It's
but
coming
no date.
No date. We're working on it.
this year.
It's fucking hard work. I'm
Getting
not
it
sure
done.
if like how all these other bands just chop them out in every fucking year or two, but we were trying to make the best thing we've ever made in our lives. So I don't know. We're passionate.
Yeah,
And we
it's
wa-
coming.
we
We're
wanna-
coming up with a plan now. Like getting together today, we've kind of kick-started the album writing.
The album's semi-recorded.
Yeah, we've done 6 sessions. We've got
Done.
I'd say a quarter.
I'd say 1/8.
Yeah, but all the songs you love are coming.
Yeah.
All right, this has been Just For Us. Signing off.
Is that it?
It's done an hour.
Really?
Anything else?
Peace, love.
I love you, boys.
Yeah,
Love you guys.
love you guys.
Many traps and we are rats chasing cheese. Get this one on the skull, dog, I'm begging on the please.